See?
The armor.
This is it. Is that Legato? I don't think so.
Today, we will be reacting to the long-awaited episodes 17 and 18 of Trigun. Very, very excited to jump into these two episodes. If you caught our video from last week or our last reaction, you can actually see Megan at the very end see the thumbnail for this episode and lose her mind.
We should have just watched it then and there.
Yeah.
I forgot about it, actually.
We're getting lore. Based on the thumbnail, we're getting young Vash. That's what we saw. That's what we're here for. I mean, even the episode's title today is Rem Save Rem. It's like Save Rem, but together.
Rem Save Rem.
Save Rem, like that's her last name. But yeah, I don't want to get our expectations too high. I just kind of want to go in, prepare ourselves maybe emotionally and mentally for what we're about to see.
I don't think I'll cry. I just wore the wrong makeup for crying today, but it'll be fine.
Famous last words.
Actually, it'll be fine.
Without further ado, let's just jump into our first reaction, our reaction to episode 17, Rem Save Rem. If you're watching this on YouTube and you can't see anything, or you'd just like to see everything more clearly, then you can do that by going to patreon.com/volume1pod or by clicking join somewhere next to the subscribe button on this video. Our Patreon, by the way, you can try out for free for the first 7 days to see if it's right for you. We got our entire backlog of everything on both, so consider checking it out. If that sounds like something you would be interested in, it also means the world to us and helps us continue to do what we do, and we appreciate it from the bottom of both of our hearts. But with that out of the way, let's just jump right into the reaction.
Whoa.
Target
Space fleets.
Telefinder range. 4,
Seed.
3, 2, 1.
Seeds.
Here it
They're
comes.
spreading their seed through space.
Hey guys, this could be it. Sure looks promising this time, don't you think?
I have a good feeling about this. I think that planet is going to be our new home.
According to our preliminary observational data, it seems to
Whoa.
be reasonably similar to home.
Let's land this puppy. We've done the cold sleep 5 times. If we get frozen one more time, we'll shrivel up.
Oh my
Thanks, Steve.
God, Steve!
Jesus
Whether we land or not,
Christ.
That's not a decision for us to make. But it has no existing oceans, and its stratum
Jesus.
consists mostly of quartz.
Who the hell?
It's not
Who are
worth
these
waking up
twins?
the old men.
Hey, Joey, just out of curiosity, what kind of flowers are on that planet?
Weren't you listening to what I said before, Rem? That planet doesn't
Hold
have...
on. Why not? We don't
Is
know
that
yet.
Vash?
We'll decide once the
I don't know,
results
maybe
of the
one of them is
analysis
Vash.
are in.
I sure hope they'll be red flowers.
One of them is Vash and one of them is the other guy.
Yeah.
Cold Harbor.
Twin-um. He's a
Still in
twin-um.
here? Where's Knives?
I was wondering, why don't they ever wake up?
Oh, it's the crew.
The ship is too quiet.
All right, Vash. The day has finally come to tell you what is written on
It
the
is.
outside of this ship. It says Project Seeds. These ships are like seeds that are filled with our own genes. Genes from the human race. They are sent off to discover and populate an unknown world.
Whoa.
I suppose you could say that we're the caretakers of all those seeds. When they arrive, a fight on a new land awaits them. This ship is their home, and until it's time, it's our job to let them sleep in peace.
Rem, is there anything we can do to help you?
Oh, that's where you are. So do you want to have lunch in the usual place in the rec room?
What do you expect when you name someone Knives, though?
That's sweet. Thanks, Knives.
Nothing's actually been moved around, but every time we come here, this place seems different for some reason.
That's because it's alive. Can't you feel it? It has its own rhythm. You can actually feel the living heartbeat of
rhythm.
the plants.
There she goes again, thinking about home.
So this looks like the world you and the others keep talking about.
They've
Well,
never been
sort
there.
of, but the scenery at home was actually much more expansive, with a lot more variety of plants and animals.
I'd like to see that, Rem.
We're not just going to see it, we're going to create it. We'll find a place to create our new home.
Hubris.
The state of our home, Earth, was so desperate, we had no choice but to leave. The entire population was facing death, so Project Seeds was drafted as a way to resolve this crisis.
Rem, that's our ship, the one you told us about.
Judging from the computer data, it looks to me like mankind is responsible for damaging the planet, right, Captain?
I hate to
Right.
say it, but it's true. Our young race believed the land and resources were unlimited, which led to gradual destruction by the time they realized...
I mean,
what
they
had
didn't believe it
done
was
too
unlimited.
late.
They
The
just
planet
They don't
didn't
give a
care.
shit,
They didn't
yeah.
give a fuck.
If
They
that's
knew it was
true,
limited.
How did they come up with the idea to set this project in motion?
The need to survive. Also, as human beings, we have the ability to right our wrongs. Hopefully, we'll learn from our mistakes and start over in a new home. As we journey, we need to take time
Right.
to search and think of ways
Humans
to make
never
everyone happy
change.
without endangering our environment.
This is no good.
What are you talking about?
I'm not cut out to be an educator. What was I thinking, Rem? I've never been a father. I don't know the first thing about raising kids.
That goes double for me.
No, I'm serious. You're teaching them all sorts of things. Emotions, how to be kind to others.
I'm not that great, Joey, really. I just play with them, that's all. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I guess we just have a different way of looking at things. You know, I was thinking, why do you suppose they came here anyway?
Because they're angels.
So they just
Perhaps
showed
we should
up.
pay more attention to them. Bash and Knives could be angels God sent to point us in the right direction.
So they are aliens. They just showed up one day.
Apparently, she doesn't realize we still have 3 plants left to adjust.
Oh yes, I meant to tell you, the 2 little guys took care of those while you were napping.
What? Tell me you're kidding, Rowan. I'm fast, but that's still a 2-day job for me. What's with them?
It's nothing to be surprised about. Their IQ is way above ours. Don't take it so personally. You should be glad they're willing to help.
You need to lighten up on those kids a little.
Cut the crap! Do you really
Steve's
want
gotta
the
go.
ship left in the hands of those monsters?
Deep space.
Just look at how big they grew in 1 year. It isn't normal.
Whoa,
Those kids
they
are
were
monsters,
babies?
I tell ya. Monsters!
That's crazy. What are they?
I know.
Vash, hey, you're crying again. What's the matter?
Fucking Steve.
Steve, he
Yep.
says that we're not human. He hates me.
Whoa.
I know
Bro,
it's hard to
throw
understand,
that
but these
man
people were just uninvited
out.
guests.
But Rem said that we could stay here.
Remember what Joey said? We have to make the smallest sacrifice we can think of at the time. If we can do that, we can get through anything.
Mhm.
Hey, Vash, do you know why plants can't talk?
Rem said it's because they're stronger than we are. She said they're so strong they concentrate all their energy on living so they don't need to use words.
Yeah, they're strong, but we eat their fruit.
We have to eat their fruit to live.
Do you think I'll be eaten someday?
No, Knives, definitely not. At least according to Rem.
Knives! What the hell are you doing in here? This place is off limits to your kind. You got that, monster?
Oh.
No, they're gonna kill Steve,
Why am I here?
and then
No,
everybody
Knives
else
is going to kill him.
everybody else is gonna freak out.
Whoa.
Oh, so they just found them
There's got
on
to
a
be a reason.
On a fucking umbilical cord?
on another planet.
On a
Knives,
ship? What the fuck?
it won't be much longer.
Take
Haircut.
your time.
This is turning into quite a trim. I've never noticed before, but you're really handsome.
Really? You think so, Rem?
I have an idea, handsome.
It's sticking out.
I
Hey.
think it's great. It really suits you, Vash. It reminds me of him.
Mm. She had a boy.
Someone I loved very much back home.
So where is he now, Rem?
He is in the land of angels. Heaven, he was my emotional support. Then I lost him and realized that I would have to do it alone. But I wasn't afraid to make mistakes anymore. That is exactly why I got on this ship.
Rem, are you sad?
Huh? Well, just a little.
You know, you have me. I won't leave you alone. I promise I won't. Because I really love you, Rem.
You're such a baby. But thank you, Vash. Anyway, we're done. Shall we switch now? Knives?
I'm cutting
Oh,
my own
shit.
fucking hair.
It's all wrong!
Hey, somehow I knew you'd be in here. What happened?
Just a small change of heart, that's all. Besides,
Whoa.
if we stay the same, there's no individuality.
That's a
I mean,
wonderful
it'll probably
haircut,
grow back
Knives.
pretty
Thank
fast.
you. As strange as it may sound, I actually feel refreshed.
Why, you look like a regular little philosopher.
What do I look like?
A mama's boy.
That's me.
I'm amazed you can stomach eating at the same table with those
What is
little
this
monsters.
guy's problem, bro?
Steve, I think you've had one too many.
No, I haven't, baby.
Leave her alone, Steve. I
Steve,
swear to
come on, don't
God.
you have some work you still have to do someplace else?
Oh, shut up, Poindexter. I can always do that later.
You're a disgrace.
Huh?
Let's
Is that
go.
any way for a grown man
His
like
hair
you to
looks
behave
good,
with
too,
the
by the
rest of
way.
Innocent children.
Tensions are
He's
high.
been acting crazy lately.
It's because he's afraid.
Who does he think he is, draping himself all over Mary like that? Huh?
Those two are such a pain. But then again, I suppose just one would be rather boring. Huh? Oh,
He's gonna make them do some crazy shit right now.
Whoa.
Oh,
They're all the butterflies caught in Knives' spider web.
oh, oh.
That was the easiest way to stop him. You wanted to save the butterfly, right?
I didn't want to kill the spider. I wanted to save them both.
What are you talking about?
He's like, you
Unless
can't
the spider
save
caught the
Steve.
butterfly, it would die of starvation anyway.
I mean, the spider.
You can't save both, don't you know that?
It's not right to make that choice so easily. Both of them are living creatures, Knives.
But I'm not wrong about this, Rem. If you just keep saving the butterflies, the spiders will die.
Yes, but
Wanting to save both is just a naive contradiction. In the meantime, while we do that, the spider eats the butterfly.
What's wrong with you, Knives? Don't you understand? I wanted to save both of them, you idiot!
You don't make any sense, Bash.
I don't think so, Knives!
According to interplanetary law, Steve is relieved of duty. He will be detained in the freezer.
They put that man in a straitjacket.
On the completion of our mission, you will be released from detention to stand trial.
But what did he
Get
do?
a little drunk. Why can't you believe what I'm saying?
we haven't heard his side yet. You're not being fair to him.
I saw him go into Mary's room, and I find that unacceptable.
Hey, wait! I didn't do anything.
In order for us to function as a group, we need law. It protects all of us from harm.
But
Where's
maybe
Mary?
It wouldn't hurt to hear
Yeah.
his side of the story before we freeze him.
Rem, he raped me.
No!
He-
I
oh.
didn't do it!
Rem, why can't everyone just get along with each other?
I suppose it's because people have many different ways of thinking.
Oh.
But even if we do make mistakes, we have the
But
ability
also-
to do something about it and make better choices the next
No,
time.
he used his
And
power
if you keep
on
your
them.
vision clear,
On
you
both
will
of
see
them.
the future.
As soon as we're finished here, I'd like you to come to the bridge. The analysis
Whoa,
should
there's a
begin in
lot of
just a
things
little while.
happening.
No, it's
right
moving so
To be
fast.
sure that Steve will never wake up again, I readjusted the freezer.
I didn't mean for us to kill him!
I guess now that means we're partners.
What's wrong, Rem?
It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy on the ship.
Whoa,
Somebody
dude.
disconnected them.
Oh my god.
He's killing her. Fuck! Knives, fuck. He made him
It's
do
her
this
own
shit.
fault. I had no choice. I helped her, and then she betrayed me.
Rowan, please don't.
She even told me she loved me. Oh, I see now. It had to be him. Because of him, Mary had to die. It was his fault.
What are you talking about, Rowan?
Rem, what's happening? Rem! Rem!
He can't get away with it, that monster. I have to shoot him. Now get out of the way, Rem!
No one has the right to take the life of another. You don't want to kill him.
Stay! Stay! Ah!
Rowan!
Something's broken inside me. I'm numb.
Rem, get out of there!
It's not too late to start over.
Please stay back, Rem. Don't make me shoot you.
Nope. Throw him out.
The girl!
Oh, Mary's dead anyway, but still. Give her a proper burial or
Why
something,
did
you know.
do that, Joey?
Holy
If I
shit.
hadn't, he would have shot you. Please understand, I couldn't see that
Here
from
he
the
comes.
monitors. I had to decide quickly. If I hadn't...
Joey, I agree with you. I think you did exactly the right thing. Rowan went crazy. That's all you could do.
That's what I thought. But what if Rem was right? Perhaps he wasn't going to shoot her. If that's true, what I did was a horrible mistake.
You're just a human, like the rest of them. I know my choice is the right one.
Whoa. Jesus Christ.
We're changing direction. Our course has been re-entered. Someone is sending orders to all of the ships. Oh my god, at this rate, the ships are going to crash on that planet.
He just thinks that
Apparently, Rowan had started up the orbital program.
they're
Where's Joey?
superior and
He told me to get us to the escape pods. He said
Bro.
he'd try to save the ships.
All the sleeping people on board.
We can't worry about that. We've got to get out of here.
Please proceed to the escape pods.
Come on, we've got to hurry, Rem.
A fight on a new land awaits them. We're not going to see it, we're going to create it. And if you keep your vision clear, you will see the future. What happens in our future is our own responsibility.
Rem, what's the matter?
Alex, help me. Give me strength. You two go on ahead.
I don't understand what you mean. Why?
I can't leave Joey here by himself. And I have to try to find a way to save the others.
You've got to come with us, Rem. Please don't leave us.
I'm sorry, Vash. Vash, take care of Knives. Don't worry, Vash.
Oh!
No, Rem! Please come back, Rem! Rem!
I'll never understand humans. They're a total waste of life. I thought I'd let her live only because you were so attached to her. But now I see how truly imperfect she really was. It's a good thing she died.
Don't say that!
Their immigration is out of the question. That'd be like spreading pathogenic organisms across our healthy universe.
You're saying you planned this?
That's right. But don't worry, you and I will be fine. I made sure the plant ship will survive. After all, we need that to create our new home now, won't we, my dearest brother? Only ships carrying the humans will crash.
Ah! Bring her back! Bring them back, you bastard! Oh!
All ships now commencing orbital correction.
Damn.
She fixed it.
Reverse thrusters. That bitch actually did it.
I'm sorry, Rem.
So they're essentially responsible for like the world that like it is now. Wow.
107 years later.
July City.
Take care of him.
So, okay.
Okay.
Wow. Holy shit, man. I mean, we got almost everything.
Holy shit balls.
Holy shit, boss.
Boss.
That shit was crazy.
Boss. I really do. I did like this episode. I liked how they like played with the idea of we've seen throughout the series like sacrifice and for the greater good. Like, what are you willing to sacrifice for? One person for multiple people, or like and Vash struggles with that because there's been times where he can't save everyone, and he hates that about situations. But I liked how they kind of, I guess, like put so much, maybe that's like humanity, like, because like they are humans and Vash and Knives are aliens. Like they trusted them so much because they looked like kids, but I don't think they are kids because their intellect was way above like an actual adult at that age. So like they just saw them as like, like they couldn't harm anyone, but like in actuality, they were already ahead. You know what I mean? Like, so they just like got fucked.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe they were, by that point, they were
smarter.
They were on the same level as an adult human because only a year had passed since they were babies. So.
No, that's what I mean. And what's her name with the glasses? She said like their IQ surpasses like all of us. Like, don't take it personally. Yeah. So they were like already ahead. And I don't know what was, I guess, the cause of like Knives. Maybe it was like the cause of him like realizing that Vash was gonna leave him. Or maybe it was just like, I don't know, embedded in his like fucking DNA, because what he said later on was like, we can't let the humans do this because then they're just going to ruin all of the planet. Or like the universe, because they've already ruined their planet and they're being like greedy and trying to go to other planets and do the exact same thing, because she's like, we can learn from our mistakes. Like, no, humans never change. They're never going to change.
That's what I like about a lot of the questions that were posed in this episode. I mean, even when we're looking at Steve, I like that Steve in the episode, at least from the point of its message, like Steve was still a very bad person, and needed to be like punished and needed to be like, probably, suffer some sort of consequence. Yeah. Definitely be kicked off the ship. Definitely, he needed to be stopped. But did he need to be murdered? No. And he was falsely accused of something pretty terrible. Again, he was a terrible person, but he didn't do what they accused him of doing.
But the IQ, like that's where like the IQ comes in, because like he was already being super handsy with her any chance he got. So like they would obviously believe that was to be true. Whether he used his powers, like, telling them like, this is what you saw and this is what happened to you. It wasn't like that unbelievable, I guess, for him to be doing some crazy shit like that. Although, yeah, he didn't deserve to die.
But that's why I think that whole, it escalated very quickly. And like we commented on during the episode, like things were happening, like boom, boom, boom. He's like, marry me after all that, the other guy. But Steve, again, it worked because he wasn't just a bad guy. He was like a really bad guy. So I'm sure on some level, there is a part of people that want, like, at first, before they know how far Knives is going to take it, they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, someone does need to do something about Steve because he is a really bad guy. But then you see how he not only like brainwashes, or he not only does things that result in the death of Steve, which is definitely by falsely accusing him of something, which it takes it too far, but he also brainwashes the other two people as well, leading them to basically kill each other.
Yeah.
Which again ties into the moment at the end when he is basically saying that humans don't deserve to spread their seeds across the universe because they would destroy it like they did their own planets, which is what you were talking about.
Which is very valid.
Earlier.
Which is very valid. Which is very valid. But and like the hubris of like we deserve to, like the human race due to technology, we can do it, so therefore we will. And if they didn't have the technology, they would have just died out. But it is interesting because they were like children, and then they grew pretty fast, and they were like hooked up to like they were still on the umbilical. Like I don't know, that was kind of not.
Yeah, that was not very
left ambiguous. It was left ambiguous. I guess.
It wasn't explained, and also what wasn't really explained was how they. I mean, we assumed that through some sort of like body modification, that's how they got all of these machine parts. Maybe their race is part machine.
Well, Knives is not
engineered.
Knives is not.
Well, from what we've seen, I guess, but yeah, maybe he's just not. Also, we don't know like how this like kill switch got like put into Vash. Like 107 years is a long time, so we assume that like maybe at some point, here's what I'm going to say, and it seems maybe obvious now that I'm thinking about it, but like if Knives can brainwash humans, maybe he can also brainwash Vash. So when he realizes that Vash is like really not getting it, then maybe he'll brainwash Vash or be the one that puts that kill switch in Vash.
I think that they were found, like, I think something changed in Knives and like maybe like a gear switched and like they were meant for something. Like they were meant to maybe like stop human beings or something. Like the pair of them were like created in order to do that. Like you can't have one without the other.
Mm-hmm.
And because Vash hasn't had a need to like go off the handle, like that he triggers that within him. And I think that there's like a greater meaning as to like why they're like paired and why they're like together and why they need to be together in order to like do this thing that they need to do. Because like out of nowhere, like Knives just fucking, I don't know. I think he thought, well, I mean, he just thought it was silly that they were like pretending to be human beings when they weren't. Like, why are we stooping to their level? Like, why are we going through all of this like red tape in order to like do the thing that you guys like? There's no point. Like, just take out the spider. And what would be the point of saving them both? Like, it's just easier to do it this way. Like, you guys are overthinking
as
it.
Smart as he was too. Also, yeah, you guys are overthinking it. And being as smart as he was too, probably having access to, you know, the history of humans and just seeing like, okay, like through the centuries, you guys have done the same thing over and over and over and over. And he's like, yeah, this is silly. This is the definition of insanity. And we just need to stop it.
Yeah.
I you know, he is very evil, but I think he thinks he's doing something very good.
Thanos.
Yeah.
Thanos situation. No, yeah, completely. And I think that Vash was different because I don't know. I mean, they were growing up in the same situations. You know what I mean?
Which is another thing I really like about it.
But I think that
because they are identical in a lot of ways.
Yeah, you know, the difference
physically being one of them.
Yeah, literally, like the difference I think being like, what's his name? The man? No, the guy who died.
Jacob, I think.
Jacob?
Or the guy with the glasses?
No, the guy who died.
Steve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the difference, and that's like I think very intentional to show like Vash crying because of the words that he said, and Knives like not crying even though he's getting the shit beat out of him physically. Like they had two different interactions with this man. Obviously one is going to be more intense than the other. And I think Vash was very like guarded from that because he was so close to Rem and Knives wasn't. You know what I mean?
Like she always had she always maybe had an affinity for Vash.
Well, Vash showed more like you know, empathy, which she did too.
And she saw, I'm assuming, either her child,
probably ex.
Or her
I don't
ex
think her
husband.
I don't think her child. She thinks pretty young.
Yeah.
'Cause she said she
fair.
doesn't have any experienced mothering
That's
either.
true. That's
so
very true.
I think it was like her ex-boyfriend or like fiance or something.
Or her husband or her boyfriend, or whatever, her lover.
Her lover. But that's his mama.
It is his
That's
mom.
his mom.
And I think it's also, again, I really like, I don't know if we're going to get more information on their past, but I would love that. I don't need it, but I would love that. But it's just interesting to me that, like you said, alien or not, they look human. If they were engineered, then they were purposely engineered to look human. So,
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's why I think
they are superior in a lot of ways.
That's why I think they're meant to like infiltrate. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, like it's kind of insane to think like this whole universe, like we're the upper echelon of like what is out there. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, it is kind of like I said, it's not like Gurren, but it kind of is like Gurren. Like there's other beings out there that are trying to stop human beings from doing this shit. Stop them from doing whatever they're doing, or just have like chip on their shoulder for them. I don't know. I don't know the history.
I think that's interesting, and I like that. I mean, they could also just be a race of people that do just coincidentally look like humans, but I like that theory a little bit more, that they were created to look like humans, to maybe infiltrate, to like stop them from
and
spreading.
The children and they were like babies. Like human beings put their guard down when it comes to like children because they don't see them as a threat. So I think
but they would have kept like if Knives wouldn't have done what he did, then they would have become adults pretty quickly. Like if that was the logic, then they would have made them to be children forever.
No, I think they're more inclined to save babies than to have full-grown adults that are aliens come on board.
No, but that's my point. If they know that humans are more likely to,
but they already have grown an affinity towards these babies that have grown in a year. You know what I mean? That's it would be different if like there's two grown men aliens being like, "Can we come on board?"
No, I completely agree. But my point is like,
they put their weakness, like that's the weakness of all of them. Like they put them here when they were already up here.
But if they would
just
have
look
lasted
like
another year, they would have on the ship. They would have been.
But they did. I don't think they were meant to last another year. They were trying. I think that my theory is that they were put there to be found by this ship so that they could infiltrate and take apart whatever was happening. Because, like, again, Knives just like that switch, like so weird. Like,
but I think
and he was talking like this was like the meant to be, like not just because of what he wanted, but like the race of his people, like the alien, like. That they were meant to do this thing.
I'm not disagreeing. I do that. I do see it more as like a pacing thing within the episode. Like they didn't, because he I think kind of, to me it was showing them experiencing the things that they were experiencing them, but like taking them differently or taking different things from them. And so it did show like Knives get there.
I agree.
I don't think it was like this switch that was flipped because it was something he was created to do. I think it was like something that he sort of came into. But I'm not discounting. That's just my opinion. I'm not discounting what you're saying.
I mean, we haven't seen the clip. That's what I thought we were gonna see when Vash. What was his name? What's his name?
Who?
Not his name is not Knives now. It's something else.
Oh, Regato, something like that.
Yeah, Legato.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the clip of what we're about to see 107 years later, July City, because July City at that point was already done. You know what I mean? It's already leveled. So I think we're gonna get when he has that flashback of him being grown. And then seeing a grown Knives be like, "Oh, hey, Vash," like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you ever come back from that unless, because he said he didn't have, like, his memories were wiped. That leads me to believe that Legato can do what he does to other people to Vash. And maybe Vash for 107 years was like fucking like living under some sort of hypnosis and then like came to and he was like, "Oh, fuck. Like, that's why I don't remember anything." Because like, but that's my game theory.
That's my game theory. I would think that, I mean, then he'd just be too goated. He has to have a weakness. I feel like he can do it for everyone else but Vash because they're like related. I don't know.
Well, we might see and we might find out right now.
Yeah, that could be.
But there's a lot more history that I think we still need to unpack between the two of them. And we'll see what we get in this episode. But I mean, I really do think everything was done extremely well. It was a very fast paced episode, but despite its pace, I feel like it still did a really good job of like making all the points it really wanted to make, showing all the things it really wanted to show. Like it did it extremely well, and it was fucking moving. But yeah, they are the reason why everybody is where they're at. People know that. Some people know that.
I mean, like so many. I don't. How many planets do you think that they did this to? I think they only had one shot. Like Seeds. Like I feel like there was only that ship, and if that didn't work out, then people were. It was just done.
Right.
So I wonder if like they just
because they call it Seeds to me, and I could be wrong. This is what happens when we watch it once and we don't go back and see exactly what they said. But I heard it, and I again could be wrong, as like them kind of like crop dusting the galaxy. Like they were going through, they had so
planets
many people, and they
yeah.
would shoot them down to ones that they could habitat.
But but again, the success rate. Who knows?
True,
like
true.
who knows what planets were successful and which weren't? Like I don't think they would be able to get that data.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well,
So
they were doing some calculations on like the bare minimum. I think necessity.
No necessities, but like who knows?
That's true.
Mean, human fucking wars, fucking like
no, yeah, yeah,
like killing each other, dying off from like something. Like there's so many
Plagues,
variables.
things like that,
yeah,
you know,
there's so many variables that could happen. But I think that the one obviously that they're on now is the most successful one because there are a lot of towns, there are a lot of people.
It's still cool though that they are descendants of humans that were scattered across the galaxy, and that is still like really cool to get confirmed.
And a
too.
long time ago.
A long time ago, yeah.
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 Because I was like
a century ago, a little over a century ago.
Yeah, like a full couple generations.
It's crazy. It's really cool though. I like the answers that we got this episode.
Yeah.
I really, really feel like it delivered. And like it met it met the expectation.
I like long hair Vash.
I like spiky hair Vash. Well, that's going to do it for our reaction and discussion of episode 17. Let's just jump into episode 18. Goodbye for now.
Otra vez with a recap.
I know. Stop telling me to skip things I haven't seen.
Damn. See?
The armor.
This is it. This is the one that I was talking about. Yeah.
Now everything that brought you and Rem together is gone.
That's fucking Alex.
That's your excuse for killing?
No.
Haven't you learned anything over the past 100
Alex was
years?
dead.
You can't even regenerate the scars they carved into your body. It's symbolic of your foolish waste of energy on this garbage. They deserve a chance!
They were
What's the use in growing
experimenting
up?
on
The
him.
only thing that grows is your sentimentalism. You're still a good-for-nothing, pathetic wimp!
Is that Legato? I don't think so. Is it? Whoa!
He can do some crazy stuff.
This is what we're capable of. It's time to take this garbage and get rid of it forever! Are you aiming at me again?
What the heck?
Aiming at me again?
Damn.
Okay, that kind of changed. You're like, is it Legato?
I don't
like,
think
what?
it is.
How long are you planning on staying in bed, Eric's? Come on now, get up!
Who is this?
Some sort of energy core. They were experimenting on him. He activated it. Then it fused with them. So it's something that they can't.
Whoa.
There sure seems to be an awful lot of tension in this town.
Haven't seen you before. I take it you just arrived.
That's right.
Well, you have my sympathy because you're never going to leave this town. This town has been completely taken over by bandits. And to make matters worse, they say that crazy fella Vash the Stampede is running the show.
The legendary gunman's behind this? What do you think? Do you believe it?
I don't know what to think. He is the man who turned 2 of the 7 cities into ashes and was called mankind's first
7
localized
cities.
disaster. By the way, friend, what is that thing?
I'm a traveling priest.
Well, that's good timing.
Is that Vash?
What's the big idea, you guys?
Oh, it's only Lena.
What do you mean only, Lena? Let go of me, Eric!
It might be, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like him.
I was wondering if you could hide me somewhere.
What'd you do this time?
She doesn't know when to quit.
It is.
He was just having some harmless fun, that's all.
The guy's a pedophile. He deserved a good thump.
Not really. All he did was grab her rear end.
Who?
Will you keep your mouth shut?
I need to rewind that. I'm so confused at what all went down. It looks like freaking what's his name from AOT.
He kind of does.
All right, where's a little girl who struck my face with
Oh, whoa. Oh,
This This guy says he saw her enter that bar. If he's wrong, he's dead. 3, 2, 1, he dies!
Oh, hey! Hi there, Mr. Bandit Man. We're sorry you didn't find it that funny.
Send out the kid now or else!
I'm afraid that's not an option. How about if I do this? Will you let her off the hook?
Sorry, but that's not good enough, Blondie. If you're gonna go down on all fours, the least you could do is act like a dog. And I expect some real commitment. Naturally, that means getting naked.
He's a pedophile and a pervert. I mean, pedophiles are perverts, but...
All right, it's a deal.
Whoa.
Eric's.
They're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Oh! He probably likes that.
Who?
The other guy.
Wolfwood?
This freak right here.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
not Wolfwood.
I'm gonna thank you for the canine tricks. Let's go.
What?
Because he saw Wolfwood? That looks like Frankenstein's monster.
Oh, what happened to this man?
He's been shot! You gotta help him!
Eric's again.
My poor Eric's.
It's all right, Grandma.
This side mission's crazy.
Out of him safely.
I don't know who this legendary gunman thinks he is. Damn him anyway.
He set up a whole life in the matter of how long?
Maybe a couple months.
Against him, don't you understand?
Oh,
Grandma, don't say that.
I can't, Lena.
I'm so sorry,
If
Eric.
you're quite finished here, could you please keep the noise down? Let's move him and get this place cleaned up. Oh, hello. Sorry, I didn't see you there. He'll be all right now, I assure you.
You just gonna sleep?
Oh my god.
Doing to him!
He needed it.
Doctor, look at that! Oh my gosh!
Hey.
That's so
What an
funny.
amazing recovery. Don't let him strain himself. You
Why are they so
understand?
tiny compared to Wolfwood? Was he fucking 6'7"?
I don't know.
Well, it's been a long time, Vash the Stampede. I finally found you, you dumb jerk. What's a legendary guy like you doing in a place like this?
I don't remember what I did.
That may be true, but you do know you did it, right?
I know.
Yeah, see, that's not him.
I have fragmented visions.
That's not him. So he's maybe the same race.
My heart that tells me I did it.
Okay, so you did this terrible thing. Now what?
It's just that I want to live quietly for once. Why are you here, Wolfwood? What brings you to this town?
Actually, I came to take you away.
Away where?
Well, if you're asking me for a final destination, I have absolutely no idea. The one thing I do know is I need your help. I spent a lot of time combing through Augusta trying to find you.
I mean, I know he's been fucked up, but still, it's just like, damn.
Does the name Frank Marlin happen to ring a bell? All I did was mention your name and he fixed the gun for free.
Hey.
Maybe. What I want is to live my life here with them.
Why was he hospitalized the last time, Lena?
He tried to stop a violent drunk at the bar and ended up getting punched himself.
And what about the time before that?
He fell off at Thomas.
Be sure you remember to thank him.
I know. Are you okay?
You're in horrible shape, you poor thing. Don't worry. We'll take good care of you.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
So you're staying
Brother.
here, huh?
Whenever I do anything, people die.
All right. If you want this pathetic little existence so bad that you'd give up everything else, then go for it. Are you familiar with a town called Carcassus? It's a tiny town in the southern Cornelia region. Something really strange happened there about 6 months ago. Seems the entire population suddenly disappeared without a trace. There was no sign of even the slightest struggle. Everything in town looked completely normal, except that all of the people had vanished, like a mirage. They sent in the cavalry and searched the place over, but didn't find a soul.
Oh my god.
Cavalry
It's a
men did
legato
discover
theme.
Something very odd, though. It was a man's name, painted on the monument
Knives.
of the town square.
Okay, there is a connection. Obviously, there's a connection, but like between legato and knives. Legato has to be knives.
No.
Vash, take care of Knives.
Your gun! Give me your gun, hurry! Grandma, what is it? Lena, they got her! What?
Rush, get up.
Yeah.
You know, I was kind of fond of my new life here. I really hate to leave,
Someone's got to get tough around here, or those maniacs are going to destroy this town.
They're both gone. Please don't follow us. Tell everyone to stay where they are. We've gone to get Lena. By themselves?
They're so fucking cool, man. God damn.
How many are there?
About 200.
100 for each of us, huh? Well, that's not exactly fair to them.
It's Arsenal.
Hey, I don't want you killing anyone, all right?
Why don't you just ask me not to breathe?
Thou shalt not kill, remember?
Now you're starting to sound like your old self.
This fucking
At least kill this guy. You know what I mean?
weirdo. Freak.
Time to kill!
The hell?
That's what I'm saying. Somebody
It might just be
in another episode said that, like, oh, they weren't like trying to shoot them,
they're trying to shoot him now.
but they're trying to shoot them
shoot
now, and they ain't even dodging. They're just walking as if the bullets like don't affect them. He said, "Kill them."
Bro, they're that good. Haircut.
Oh, she's doing like a little moonwalk.
Front moonwalk.
Hey, forward moon. She's doing the forward moon.
Why did I have to go and talk to someone this filthy anyway?
What a mess. How the hell did those two manage to take care of all them thugs by themselves?
I have no idea. I've never seen anyone so horrifyingly strong.
So your
Kitty.
mind is made up then.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's time I go. Even though I hate to do this to you and Lena.
Isn't there anything we can do, Eric's? Maybe if you tell me about it, I could help somehow.
Thank you, but I can't. Because you see, if I did, I'd only be putting you and Lena in danger.
Here you have a home. You could end up alone again with no one there to help. That's what worries us the most about your leaving.
I'm sorry.
Who would have guessed that Eric's was Vash the Stampede? Unbelievable.
This man's existence is pain.
She cried, huh? That's a shame. I didn't know. Gee, now I feel bad. I guess maybe I was acting just a little bit too pushy.
You don't need to apologize. Mr. Preacher, please take good care of Eric's. Unlike you, he's a bumbling fool of a goody-goody and a sweet, gentle soul. Lena
Goody-goody.
and I've always known somewhere deep in our hearts it was too good to be true. It doesn't change the fact that we're losing a member of the family. Please, Mr. Wolfwood, don't forget that.
I'm truly sorry.
I mean, we don't know how long it takes for his hair to grow, but it was enough time that passed for him to.
I would think maybe a year.
Yeah, maybe.
You said 6 months ago that happened. I would think a year. Oh, she got it exactly
It's all
right
done.
like it was.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Now it looks like before when I ever knew you.
Yeah, I didn't know your hair looked like this.
Before I
actually.
ever saw you with this hairstyle.
Lena. Thank you for everything.
Or maybe she did in the alley. I don't remember. I'm just messing.
But somehow,
I'm just messing, Lena.
the other way around.
Is he keeping the beard though?
No.
You.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, it is gone. He willed it into his body again.
Wow.
Lena,
Beautiful man. Beautiful man.
thank you. And goodbye.
That was great.
You know, they cut right to the chase.
Yeah, that
you
was
know,
a-
they
that was
just
a
said this
fantastic
is
episode.
this is his situation right now. We don't need to explain more than that.
Yeah.
We don't need to, that was perfect.
It actually was perfect. We obviously understand that he was hiding because of what happened. He was hiding for a pretty long time. He met these new people and they became his new family. Or Meryl and Millie. I will say they're no Meryl and Millie.
No, well, we've had more time with Meryl and Millie as well. But Meryl and Millie have a job to do. You know what I mean? They're going back to their life at the they went back to the main station.
But let's talk about the big thing. So Legato, we assumed,
We were
was
dumb.
Knives.
I think we're dumb. I mean, he has a different eye color, skin color, hair color. They do not look the same.
They don't look the same.
I
But I
don't-
thought that was like at first. I'm gonna just defend my my stupidity, I guess. But I thought it was to throw us off.
But I
And
thought
it
so
might-
too
it might
because
not be.
I'm not really
Because
Hmm.
it seems now like he works for Knives.
but they have the same powers.
See, yeah,
because
right.
Knives was able to like manipulate.
You're right.
Them. Or, yeah, no, he has to be because I don't think what's her name would have just like told. I don't think she would have been lying about.
No way.
What's his name?
That guy with the glasses went fucking crazy.
And he's like, I saw you. And he's
He
like,
went
it's all
crazy.
his fault. He's making me do this. Like, my brain's foggy. So I think that they have the same power. Maybe that race of like alien can all do the same thing. Like, maybe they all have that capability and Vash just never has unlocked it.
God damn, dude. I don't.
Or they all come in pairs.
Oh, well, no, but then
That'd be cool, though.
What's Legato's other?
We don't know yet.
But okay.
Maybe he lost his. Maybe he needs one.
When he was like, you're pointing that at me again, maybe Vash fucking blew his ass up and he had to reconstruct himself.
No, because he was pointing another gun at him before that big gun. So that's, I think, what he meant. Okay, so another theory that I have at the beginning of this episode, he took out some official. And
Yes,
when we
someone
saw like the beginning of the episode, or like at the end of the last episode, it said 107 years later, he's like, I'm going to get him. That July city looked pretty fucking built, and that shit looked insane. They had a huge plant. It looked like a bustling, like the biggest city, like the main hub.
Right.
Then in the beginning of this episode, Knives got involved again and killed the official again. That was probably doing what Rem, intended. Like they were doing good for humanity, and he took that shit out.
That was the flashback. That was the first time he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he did it on the ship when they.
Yes, I'm talking about. Yeah, he did on the ship, and then he did it again when, humanity was advancing too much, and he was like, "I'm taking this shit out," because. Yeah, someone that was important he took out. Then he pointed that thing at Knives, and that's when July blew up.
Right.
That was the incident.
Yeah.
So I think that Knives is still alive and working with Legato. I think maybe Legato is of the same race as Vash and Knives.
Because how could Legato seem to have the same ability and seem to trigger Vash in the very same way?
Because he knows he's learning from Knives how to do it.
Okay, maybe Knives either created him or.
But how could he look so? I don't know. Unless they could just change appearances.
They might not be the same person. If this is frustrating for people who already.
I'm sorry, we never watched this shit in our lives. I don't think they're the same person.
And you're on the record saying that. That'll be fun to see how it ends up panning out.
Well, because why would Legato Vash already felt a familiarity to Legato,
right?
So I think that might just be a same planet thing and not is it Knives. I think he just has never felt that presence from someone else because he never met anyone from the same people as him, and I think they're working together to do that. But I don't know why Knives hasn't shown himself either. What's the deal? Okay, back to my original point. I'm so sorry. When Vash got there and he killed the official, he's like, look, you're still helping them. You're still doing it. All of that scarring on his body, I don't think it's from him not killing. I think it's from them experimenting on his ass.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Because he had alluded to that. He's like, look what they did to you, all the scarring on your body, horrible shit. I think that they were trying to tap into whatever the fuck Vash was, because at this point they're already adults. We don't know how long it took them to get to adulthood, because they did age quite a bit. They're probably 10 in a year. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. In another year, they would have been 20. In another year, they would have been 30. You know what I mean?
So who knows?
And they already had a higher IQ. That's my question. I don't know if we'll ever get this, but I'm very curious to know the timeline of things, because they were smart enough and had a higher IQ than the humans on the Cedar, right? The ship. So when it crashed, there were obviously a bunch of people who were cryogenically frozen, whatever, that woke up. How or why did they let, number one, they let humanity advance? The answer could be oh, well, because clearly they were at some point taken prisoner and experimented on and dissected, whatever. But it seems, I don't know, kind of weird to me that the timeline of it would be these frozen human beings would wake up And maybe Vash, like being Vash, was trying to help them. And maybe, okay, that's what it might have been. Like Knives, when it crashed, they went their separate ways. And Vash was like, I need to help. We need to help them.
They're like, by helping us, you can lay down on the slab table.
Yeah, they did human shit, betrayed him, and to experiment on him.
And that's why Knives was like, why the fuck are you still?
And Knives maybe came back and was like, this is what.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But like he was gone because Knives, I don't think would have let any of that shit happen to him.
No.
And he came back and then that's.
But Knives is the only one to be able to activate that thing. See, Legato had to ramp him up in order to do it. Whereas Knives just like fucking with his fucking powers did it and then it happened.
Well, but what Knives was doing too, which was also very interesting, like there was some sort of like during the experiments, humanity was already pretty advanced, but maybe during the experiments on Vash, they were able to, or because of the planet they were on, I don't know, they were able to create or discover some sort of like energy source, because it wasn't the actual gun, it was like the energy
like
source.
Actual angels.
Yeah, I don't know, and maybe it was that like Knives was able to like fuse, like activate that energy and use that energy to fuse that gun to Vash.
Unless Knives has the same capabilities to be able to. Oh yeah, no, because he wasn't robotic. I think he still had both his arms at that point, and then Knives was the one to do that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like, so theoretically, because he said this is what we're capable of, like this is what we can do. Vash, okay, and I'm so sorry, but like I'm trying to sort it out in my head.
There's a lot.
Because that weapon, when it activates via Knives command or Legato command, is what causes the destruction of cities. If he says this is what we are capable of and was the one to fuse and create the arm and give Vash the arm, then theoretically Vash could also undo the arm or get rid of the arm so that doesn't happen again.
But that's why I'm assuming that they like go hand in hand. Like one is the fucking Meister and one is the weapon.
I see.
But Legato didn't command Vash to. I don't think he had control. He was just so worked up at that point because the way Knives did it and Legato did it were completely different. In my memory, like Knives did that. He commanded that shit like immediately and it started going. Whereas Legato like had to like get him to that edge or get him to that point.
But was Legato even there, or like
he was like a ways, but he was using his his fucking.
But that's why it wasn't as
telepathy. Telepathy.
Yes, telepathy. Yeah. But yeah, like maybe because he was like farther away, because in the flashback he was like right face to face with him. I don't know, dude. Like, but I will say that I have not had a conversation about a show, specifically like an anime like this, in a long time. Like in a good way, like that we're. I don't know, just like having this conversation at all, to me, is credit to the show handling its like mystery very well. Maybe it's painfully obvious that these are not the same people and we're dumb, but I don't know. There are just things that like still don't add up. We got like a lore dump and so many answers.
I'm just under the assumption that they aren't the same person and that they are from the same like race of people.
Okay.
Which are against human beings.
Okay.
And see them as inferior. And Vash was just built different and didn't see them as like lower than him, you know? He saw them as better than him, which is like goes against like what they believe. Because yeah, I don't think, because like what would be the point of like, why wouldn't the show just introduce Legato? You know what I mean? Like, why would they make it a point to like these two fucking twin brothers? And then we see another flashback again where he looks nothing like Legato. Like, I don't think that it would just be Legato. Like, it would have been like, we found these two babies and they look different. Like,
maybe that's what I mean. Maybe the answer is this then. And correct me if I'm wrong. Again, this is obviously what happens when we only watch it one time through. But like, where did they find in episode 17, where did they find, it's just like I'm doing Trigun trivia, where did they find Knives and Vash?
Well, that's what I mean. I think maybe part of their mission they said was, and I could be wrong, they may have been able to put on space like suits because we saw them in suits. It looked like they were going from planet to planet, and obviously that was their job to do the seeds and everything, but they would like go down personally and look at planets. I think they went to one and these 2 babies were left. But again, they were like attached to umbilical cords, so we don't see the mothers, which was weird.
Okay, here's what I think. New theory alert.
And why would they have umbilical?
I could be wrong, but okay, maybe it is that they went to the planet that they found Knives and Vash, right?
And there was nothing.
There was nothing. They took them and went back into space. Then everything happened, but it was a year. But she said reverse thrusters, so or they reversed the thrusters, meaning that they were going back. So maybe they were going back to the last planet that they landed on, and so they went back to the planet that they found Vash and Knives on, and that because there's technology on that planet that is either ancient technology that they don't understand because humanity was already so advanced, and now humanity doesn't have the same knowledge that they had before. But this technology also looks fucking alien too.
It is because we know that at some point in this timeline that aliens did come to the planet that they're on now. Because there was those fucking drones, the fucking things that they fought, and there was an actual fucking ship. So there is proof that something they connected in some way.
Okay, I think that they're potentially, and maybe we missed it. Maybe it
would have been cleared up if we maybe those drones were on the ship that they were on, the seeds, and it'd be like, oh, it's them.
But that's why
it's not them.
That's why it might make sense if they are from that planet that they're on is the planet that they're from. So they were taken, and then when Rem did what she did, she sent them back there, thinking that I don't know.
I don't think that's what happened.
Because you're right. I kind of forgot about that. But you're right. There is, and there was this
there's confirmation of another alien race being on the fucking planet.
And technology, ancient
and the plants are we don't know where these came from. How did they get there?
Well, I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of explanations in the comments, and I appreciate it. Because, unless this is what we're supposed to be questioning at this point.
This is what the show does.
Or did we miss something?
No, this is what the show does.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about this in the next episode. It's going to be revealed to show. We'll be like, oh.
Because it's great. Because it's a great show.
It does.
Don't spoil it. What I'm saying is don't spoil it if it does get explained. But if we just genuinely miss something, then yeah, you can let us know.
But don't say obviously and clear and then give the ending of the show away.
Man, I mean, I really do feel like I could keep talking about these 2 episodes forever. They were so good. Again, I think the first one was done so incredibly well, and this one was also done incredibly well. I mean,
I know we barely talked about the actual Leela, whatever fucking Leah.
Well, I think it was without taking away from them. I think it was pretty straightforward, even with Wolfwood coming to look for him and stuff. It was a pretty straightforward.
Yeah, you need to you're gonna sacrifice. You're going to live a life of peace while others perish.
Yeah.
And that's not Vash or Wolfwood style. He's okay, bro, you could stay here, head down. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. And then you remember Rem, and he was
yeah.
No one deserves to take another human's life. God, get the fuck up and lock in.
It always does, break my heart might not be the right word. I mean, it might be the phrase, it might be, but seeing somebody that is super capable of taking someone out, seeing them, humiliate themselves, bow, strip, make animal noise, humiliate
Vash
themselves.
Was he liked that shit though. That's nothing to value. He's
this
I don't
nasty goofball.
He's I don't give a fuck. I mean, a pedophile.
Yeah.
That was literally the whole theme. That's the whole theme.
Freak, yeah.
The whole theme is crazy. That was not the whole theme. I think it's the whole theme of the fucking episode. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was these 2 episodes were incredibly solid, and I have so many questions, dude. Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that Wolfwood glasses thing. he saw Wolfwood. I guess he saw the murderous intent in Wolfwood's eyes and was like, let's go. Remember when he's on the fucking floor and he's barking and then Wolfwood's just like from the fucking window and he's like, let's get out of here.
Yeah. But then he shot him as they were leaving. Like, yeah. Yeah, I really do feel like I could talk about these 2 episodes forever. I don't know what's going to get answered, what's not. So now more than ever, please leave, your comments, whether you're watching this on Patreon or YouTube, without obviously spoiling anything. Please, we're so close to the very end, and we have come to love this show so much. So please keep it spoiler free. Very excited to hear everyone's thoughts about these 2 episodes. And speaking of Patreon and YouTube members, if you'd like to become a Patreon member or YouTube member and see these episodes, these reactions, uncut, unedited, unobscured, then you can go to patreon.com/volume1pod, click join somewhere next to the subscribe button on this video, and you can even try out our Patreon for free for the first 7 days. And you get access to our entire backlog of reactions, not just Trigun, but everything we've ever reacted to, which at this point is starting to become a little decent catalog.
It is. We got a comment. I should have highlighted it. I shout out to this person. It was just funny. It's like, this channel is called Volume 1 Plus because they like watch all the 8+ shows or something.
Hey,
and I was like, okay,
shout out to them.
Okay,
Cool.
you know who you are. And I'm curious to see what we do next as well. I mean, I'm not ready to move on yet.
No, hell no.
I'm not ready to move on yet, but
I'm ready to jump into Stampede after this.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did say we were going to do that.
I'm committed. I need to know. I want to, even if it's a retelling, a reboot, a sequel, a prequel. I don't know.
People keep telling us, and I keep just like, I don't want to know.
Because I don't want it. I don't want it to like inform anything and like potentially kind of accidentally spoil anything at all. But that's going to do it for these 2 episodes. Thank you so much, everyone. If you're still here, for hanging out, for clicking on this video. We'd like to take a moment to shout out by name members of our V1P tier. Yay. So thank you to all, but a very special thank you to
Wombo, David Ramirez,
Jonathan R, and Quattro.
Yay!
Thank you guys and everyone from the bottom of both of our hearts.
Love
the only thing left to do now is to get out of here on our outro. It's always the same and never changes. Subscribe and like too, by the way. Our outro is always the same and never changes, which today, Megan, is Knives Out.
That's literally what I thought of. Alien Twin'em. Double Trouble.
Double Trouble's pretty good. Double Trouble is good. This is going to affect my twin tier list that I have.
Whoa.
Tia and Tamara at the top.
R.I.P. R.E.M.
R.I.P. R.E.M. It's really good. I like that.
What if she survived? What if she survived and the guy who he killed was her son that was already older?
See, I thought because he said we're still talking about it because we can't stop. I can't stop.
No, I think that's like very accurate.
He said like Rem's
final wish, like it dies here.
It dies now.
Maybe it was like she was fucking
I don't know if it was a relation or something.
She's pregnant. It's kind of like Cowboy Bebop.
I don't think that, but like there was clearly, maybe it was just because like her dream was to like populate.
I thought
birth a new world. So
but we didn't get confirmation.
Dies with this guy.
We didn't get really confirmation. We didn't see her like actually die.
Yes, I know.
And she did do what she said she was going to do. So maybe there's a world where she survived. Anyway,
so let's just say a Double Trouble.
Double Trouble.
Okay.
A double brother trouble. We'll
just keep it Double Trouble. Thank you for watching, for clicking on this video, for hanging out with us. And until next time,
Double Trouble. I was going to say Davinci. You know the 2 brothers, the 2 twins are blonde too? Is it Davinci?
What the fuck are you talking about?